to record all the goodness that this call is going to be. I am super duper excited about this. We have had some of our leaders on our team just get back from Rubies on the Rise. Last week, we got to hear from Babette and Vicki Westbrook and Terry Paxton all about Gold School. And tonight we are going to hear about Rubies on the Rise. It's something I love about our team. We've got people at all different levels, and they're going to different trainings, and they're always so eager. I want you guys to know this. When we ask them to share on one of these calls, they're always like, yes, I want to do it. I want to do it, because they want to share everything that they learned with all of us. And I know you guys have heard me say this before, but that's so rare in network marketing, not to want to keep it all to yourself. They get so excited and want to share it. So I'm super excited. And Amy Triplett, could you text Victoria for me real quick? Because I don't see her on here. And just make sure she knows we're getting started. But I want to ask you guys, open up the chat. I want you to tell me, what is your favorite part about our Plexus holiday line? Tell me what it is. All right, I got all my stuff here. I've got props, you guys. Is it the Snickerdoodle lean? I mean, this stuff is delicious. Who has some really good recipes for this? I need recipes too. I know you can make all sorts of things, not just protein shakes with this. So yes, I need recipes. All the things. Maybe it's our hand cream. And who loves this bag? I'm a sucker for a good bag. I'm also a sucker for a beautiful cup. Love, love, love this tumbler. Absolutely love it. Or what about, these are my favorite. These are my favorite. The body cream and the body oil. Oh, I love these, especially right now in the winter time when it's getting a little bit chillier out. Well, in Texas, it's sometimes chillier. It's sometimes not. We never really know. But I'm telling you guys, these products are so, so, so good. They're everything you expect from Plexus. And maybe you're also like me and you're a sucker for beautiful packaging. The bags that these come in, you guys, you can literally buy them and put them under the tree just like this. Some of y'all are like, no, I still have to wrap it. You're not my people. I will put it under the tree just like this. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Plexus knocked it out of the park. So I want to know, put in the chat, what's your favorite part of the holiday line? If you've not ordered yet, now is a chance. And listen, you guys, you could give some gifts away from this holiday line, and this could be a foot in the door to someone for all of Plexus. You could give them the hand cream, give them the body cream, the Snickerdoodle lean, whatever it may be, and they will fall in love with it, no doubt. And then you will be able to talk with them more about Plexus. It's a foot in the door. Who's all for that? Who is all for introducing something high quality, beautiful, amazing products that we all have gotten to try and love, and using that to get your foot in the door with someone? Who knows? It could be that person that you've really been hoping for, that person you've really been praying for, that rock star, and you give them some of these products. You gift maybe your student's teacher or a friend or a mom or whoever, and they realize the quality that's here, and they just might be open to hearing more about Plexus. And like I said, the wrapping that it comes in is gorgeous. You don't even have to gift wrap it. I absolutely love it. They showed us all these at the Diamond Deal in, where did we go this year? Nashville. I almost said Vegas. And we were blown away. This was just a step up from any other year that they've done a holiday line, and it is all so beautiful. Such great products. We absolutely love it. So I've seen some of you comment down here. I'm going to go back through and read them here in just a few minutes. But I want to hear from Jana real quick. Jana, give us a little teaser of what you're going to talk to us about at the end of this call.
Ooh, I'm really excited. How many of you were around back in 2019, 2020, I believe it was, when we used to do the active experience groups? Do you guys, any of y'all remember those that we did those? We did a lot of them, if you remember right. We had them going nonstop. Well, we are bringing back something similar. It is going to be different than active experience, but I think it's going to be even better, and I'm very, very excited about it. Our first one is going to start on November 1st, but you need to stay tuned because I'm going to give you all the details. of how you can use what we are doing starting on November 1st, how you can use that to really close this month really, really strong. I think we're going to be able to really capitalize on some excellent products to give some people some great results and in turn help our businesses. So I'm not going to give you all the details now. You're going to have to hang loose here for just a little bit. I can't wait to hear from Lexi and from Victoria and what they have to say. It's going to get us pumped up, get us ready to end this month really strong and to go into November just with a bang. So there's my little teaser. It has a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit. You guys know all the little weight loss shots everybody keeps talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about? All the diabetes shots that people are using, medications they're using to get weight loss. we're going to talk about that a little bit here at the end. And I've got some information that I think is going to be pretty eye-opening for you. So it has everything to do with what we are going to be doing on November 1st too. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Amber.
All right, thanks. I felt like we were just on a news broadcast there and you were out in the field. Turn it back over to you in the studio, Amber. All right, I love it. I love it. So our first speaker tonight, Victoria Furman, y'all, this woman is a rock star. If you have ever worked out with her, if you have ever spent any time with her, you feel love from her and encouragement from her. And she is a beast when it comes to plexus and when it comes to working out. I'm just going to say, I want to be like Victoria when I grow up. But anyways, sweet Victoria, will you please talk to us a little bit about, first of all, tell us just a little bit of your, a short version of your journey with plexus and what's brought you to this point. And then tell us Rubies on the Rise, your takeaways, what you learned, all the things. Victoria, honey, you're muted. There you go. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Anyway, well, thank you for pumping me up. I mean, gosh, my head was like getting like this. I thought, stop, Amber, stop. So I have been with Plexus. Actually, it's almost 5 years. November is when I got my first pack, the end of November. And, most people who are on this call who know me know that before Plexus, I was struggling with a host of health issues. I tried everything. And really, honestly, I was just super duper desperate. Tried Plexus, changed my life, and I haven't looked back. I mean, since that happened to me, I was like, everybody has to have Plexus. And so that's my goal, is to make sure everybody gets their hands on some Plexus and gets what they need to change their health and change their life as well, rather that be just their health or finances or both. So yeah, you're right, Amber. I'm all in when it comes to Plexus. I know it works. I've seen it work for myself and for hundreds and hundreds of others. And so my goal is to help people who are looking for an answer. Yeah. So Ruby's on the Rise. Okay. First of all, when I got the invitation, I thought it was a mistake. Not gonna lie. I was like, surely they've made a mistake. Why would they, be inviting me to go out there to Arizona and, pay for this thing? And I mean, it has to be a mistake. And I kept waiting for them to come and say, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. But that didn't happen. So I was in Arizona, going to be in Arizona anyway. And the truth of it is, I talked to my husband and I said, even if we don't go do this house sitting gig, I really want to do this thing. I feel like I'm stuck in my business and I need something. And boy, oh boy, am I glad I went, you guys. So here's the thing. If you ever get an opportunity to be invited to Rubies on the Rise, Gold School, Super Saturday, convention, whatever it is, go. Go. It was not what I expected whatsoever. And it was just over the top. The training was just absolutely incredible. Each person that took that stage was sharing 100% from their heart, and so humble, so humble. Each person from, the girls who actually did the training. Let me go back there. I got some notes, and because I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Gene Tips, he shared his story, and I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, because he had imposter syndrome, which is what I have as well. Like, I don't feel like I'm supposed to be there. They're talking to other people. I lack confidence. And so when he shared how he kept being in situations in his career where he kept questioning, what am I doing here? Why are they must be making a mistake? But then how he would overcome that is he would lean in and ask questions and humble himself and find the answers. And each time he would do that, he would learn more. And of course, then he would accomplish of, being able to not only do that job, but to become a person that other people were wanting him to do more and more. And that's how he ended up in Plexus. It's because he had this incredible reputation of just doing an incredible job, no matter what the task was. Even if he didn't feel like he was capable, he leaned in, he humbled himself, and he asked questions. And the whole thing he was bringing about that was, we want to do the same thing. If you're feeling like you don't belong and you don't have what it takes and you're not that leader, and you then lean in, ask questions, educate yourself, and be humble and ask for help. And then of course, do the work as well. Put yourself out there to do the work. Alec, one of the founders of this company, he made me cry. He shared his story, which is absolutely mind-blowing, very humble beginnings. And I think each person that got up on that stage who shared their humble beginnings was just an affirmation for me that if they can do it, I can do it. And that's what they were really wanting to get across to us. So another thing I thought was incredible was that none of these ladies, like Jill Renfro and Jenna, I think is it Hutla or Hootla? I know I'm murdering her name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Neither one of those ladies were paid to get on that stage and to teach us. And they shared from their heart, and they share things that work for them. And these ladies are diamonds, So, and yeah, those things really impressed me. And one of the things I loved about this training book, I have ADHD, and I have a really hard time. I know all the things, but when I think about it, it's like, it just absolutely overwhelms me. I'm the type of person that I do really well. You say, okay, do this, now do this, now do this, now do this, and I'll have massive success. But if I'm on my own devices and I have to break it all down, I just get overwhelmed, and sometimes I don't do anything. So what's awesome about this training is that they literally broke down each topic that they were teaching. They broke it down into parts, and you could, at least I could, completely 100% see my strengths, where I was strong, and my weaknesses, where I need to work on. So that was one of my favorite things about this book. Another thing that's really, really cool is they had the word leader. Well, they basically broke it down like an acronym. And I'll just get to it real quick. I have dog ears here, or not dog ears, but little. Let me get to it. Sorry, guys. I thought I had it right here. So anyway, the word leader, each letter stands for an idea of how to do your business. For instance, the word L, love people. Get to know people who are in your business and love on people who are not in your business. E, encourage. We want to encourage people and cheer them on and make them feel valued, because we all need to feel valued. The letter A, always communicate. Consistent messaging, seeing how people feel and let them know that you're thinking about them. And self-development, which is huge for me, because that's something that I had always done in the past. And I really kind of fallen away from that, is self-development. So always fill your cup so that you can fill others' cup. Establish systems. I use ATM, which they did talk about doing the ATM method during this training, which I loved that they brought that up, because we do, Amy has shared that with us and trained us on that. And that's what I use, and it's very effective. But if we're using that system and we're not teaching other people to do that system, you're not really going to grow. It's great that you can add people yourself, but if you're not teaching people on your team to do the same thing using that simple system, then you're not going to grow as a leader and or a team. And then the last word, letter, the letter R, is to remind people, because they forget. Remind them often about their vision and their why. Further in the back of the book, it then gives you, it tells you exactly how to do each thing in your business. It tells you to go love on 3 people, go encourage 3 people on your team or 3 people who are not on your team, go communicate with people, take the time, pick out 3 things each week for your self-development, continue to work those systems, and continue to remind people. And lastly, I just want to share, the system in this book is nothing new. It's something, honestly, that's being taught throughout our teams already. But I think what does for me is it breaks it down and just step by step by step. And that's that works for me. And so I'm super excited. I've already been incorporating it. I don't know. And we have a leaders group, and I sent a link for these post ideas. We all know what we're supposed to do when it comes to posting, but having this weekly calendar, okay, today you post this, and then on the back side, it gives you all the information as far as you want to add value. You want to give something that encourages people. You want to be authentic in your post. And of course, you want to avoid saying anything that's not compliant, which during that training, I immediately I went down during break and took off like 4 different posts off of my Facebook page. I was like, oh my God, those are definitely not compliant. So we want to make sure that we're compliant, and there's ways to get around, we can still post the idea of what these products do. We want to definitely be compliant. So those are just some of the takes I got from it. I don't know if I could keep going on and on, but I don't want to overstep and stay too long.
Go back to the acronym. I think I missed the letter D. Did I just miss it, or?
D, the letter D.
Yeah, I didn't get D.
Yeah, development, self-development. Yeah, self-development. And then toward the back, toward the very end, I mean, there's so much, guys, in here. There's coaching, how to become a good coach, which there's so many areas that I absolutely love. One thing that was really good was it talked about our expectations when we're sharing the business. And sometimes it's like we're trying to be perfect. And so we're waiting to do it perfectly. We want to make sure we're doing it right. And so then we don't do it at all. And the reality is that we can't teach perfectionism because it doesn't exist. And if we're trying to teach flawlessness, it's not real. And so the real truth is our business is messy. It can be scary. And we want to lean into that. And we want people to see that it can be messy and it could be scary, and that we're doing it with what we are, and trying to be something that we're not. We want to be authentic and be yourself, because we want people to be able to duplicate what we're doing. And if we're looking like it's flawless and perfect, well, they can never sustain that, right? And neither can you. It's not that the illusion is that that's not really true. It's not what it is. God, I wish I could find it. I had it all dog-eared, you guys, and for some reason I've got it mixed up, because I really know if I just read this off real quick, you would really get a lot from it versus me telling you with my mouth. Oh, here we go. All right. So perfectionism, the illusion is excellence. The reality is that it's messy, scary, not perfect, and that we need to be ourselves. The antidote for that is to lean into the scary. And for each of us, it could be something different. It could be lives, it could be reels, live events, messenger events, or leading with the business. Those were my things that I need to work on. And the result is success. Next page was, I need to be the one to do it, or nobody else can do it. So sometimes we get burnt out because we're trying to do all the things, and that's disguised as oh, I have a really strong work ethic. You know, I'm a hard worker. And the reality is that when we're trying to be all the things to everyone, it's not sustainable. And the antidote for that is to learn what we need to, what's urgent and what's important. And we need to prioritize and delegate, delegate, delegate. If there's somebody on your team who's really good at something that you're not, ask them to do it, versus you trying to spend hours in training like moi, how to make a graphic. I am the worst, and it drives me insane because I want to be so good at it, but I'm not. I'm not, and I need to accept that. And so when I have somebody on my team who's really good at it, then lean into that. And the result is balance. Then you have this team who works together. Everybody feels important and feels like they have importance, and everybody has a job to do. And so then you end up having a balance. And lastly, me focused. And this one kind of stung a little bit, because the illusion is that it's disguised as being driven and success focused, but the reality is that it can be seen as self-centered and uncaring. Like, I only need 10 more people to help me so I can get my trip to Punta Cana. You know, and it comes off as, you know, you're really focusing on yourself. The antidote for that is to add value to others by loving on others, encouraging others, and listening to them, and really slowing down, and take the focus off of my goals and my points and my contest, and put the focus on the people, on others. And the result will be that you'll build strong relationships, not only on your team, but, you know, just in general. And those are the people who will end up being on your team when you build those strong relationships, and you add value into their life because you're pouring into them, versus you're trying to get something from them so that you can get something, you know. So those are some of my takeoffs, my favorites.
Oh, that's so good, Victoria. I want to ask you a quick question. What would you say to someone, as you were talking about being authentic and being real and being vulnerable? I know that there are people that are either on the call now or they're going to watch the recording, that when you say that, they're like, oh, I don't think I can do it. What will you say to what would you say to those people that are letting that fear hold them back of trying something new and of being more authentic and vulnerable on social media?
Do it scared.
Mm.
Do it anyway. You know,
Yeah.
count down 5, 3, 2, 1, and just go live. I'm terrified every time I go live. It may not look like it, but I am. I mean, I practice, and nothing comes out of my mouth the way I practice. But you know, the more times we do it, the better we'll get at it. And do it scared. You know, I mean, every person, in fact, that's something that each one of them kind of mentioned as well. All the trainers, including the owner of the company, and Jean, is that they were scared. They were scared, but they did it anyway. And so to honestly, the antidote for that is just lean in and do the scary things.
Yeah, I
Do the
love
scary things,
that.
because, you know, your business will grow. And of course, your confidence will grow as well.
I think in Plexus, we have such great leadership with the vulnerability. We've seen it happen at convention before. We've seen mistakes made. We've seen Alec or Tarl funnily say something goofy or off the cuff and everybody cracks up, you know, and they don't mean to say it, but it comes out. But it makes them so much more relatable. You see them more as actual people, not just as a president or a CEO. You see them as people who love other people. So I think that's so good, Victoria. Thank you so much for sharing. If we have time at the end, we're going to do some questions. So if you have a question for Victoria and you want to go ahead and post it in the chat so she can be kind of, you know, real in her answers there. Or if you want to respond in the chat, that's fine too, Victoria. So Lexi Kellner also was at Rubies on the Rise. And you may have seen Lexi has an event tonight. So you may be wondering, how is she in two places at once? Well, it's the beautiful gift of technology. I asked Lexi and she sent us a video all about Rubies on the Rise. So here we go.
Hi friends, I am back from Rubies on the Rise. I have my whole book, it's like loaded with goodness. With that, it's also super close to the cruise. We leave for the cruise in, I think, 9 days. And so it's just a really busy season of life. We also found out we're expecting our 4th baby. So I have not felt on top of my game here lately. First trimester is kind of kicking my butt, but all of these reasons tried to stack up against me to have me not go. And I still went because I believe when the door opens, you get yourself in the room. And that's something that I feel like I could say is one of my biggest takeaways from every event. If the door opens, get in the room. There is nothing like being in person with people. There's nothing like being in person with Plexus people. It's just different. And there are things that you hear and people that you talk to and stories that you learn that you just, there's no other way for you to learn them besides to be in the room and to be able to put yourself out there. And I sat with a different group of people at every table that I sat at, and always was trying to make friends and learn stories and make connections and things like that. And getting in the room is so, so, so important. And I will stand by that. I know that it's crazy and it's a sacrifice. I have 3 little kids at home and it's crazy to try to leave every single time, but it's always, always, always worth it. I never regret getting in the room. So that is my overall biggest takeaway. If you hear one thing from me, it's get in the room, whether it's the next Gold School, whether it is Super Saturday, if it's convention, if it's the next Rubies on the Rise that's in April, whatever it is, get in the room. Don't miss out. If it's a local event, go get in the room, move things around, make it work, and get in the room. That's like one of my biggest things. It makes such a difference. I have a couple dog ears in my training book. This training is so solid. It's very similar to the training that we received last year, but I took away so many different things. So I'm going to go over just a couple of them. The first one that I thought was such an incredible analogy and something that I'd never heard before, but it just makes so much sense. We were talking about what are the qualities of leaders that you look up to, and who are those people and what are their qualities? What characteristics do they have that I want to turn around and emulate? So it was things like people just started yelling stuff in the room, and they had some examples on the screen. For me personally, the things I wrote down, a leader is in the trenches. A leader is disciplined. They're consistent. They show up with integrity. They take ownership. They have a servant heart. They're trustworthy. They're a good listener. They also aren't afraid to call you out. I don't know about you, but a good old step on my toes is good sometimes. Doesn't make or accept excuses. Those are things that I'm looking for in a leader. And then it was Jill Renfro flipped the script on me. And she said, I want you to think of your business, because that's what this is. We are in a business. In your business, are you a renter or are you an owner? And I was like, oh, this is so interesting. I wonder where she's going to go with this. And she said, there is a hole in your wall. So are you going to fix it like a homeowner? Are you going to YouTube it? Are you going to DIY it? Are you going to figure it out, or figure out who you need to call and what supplies you need if you're going to fix it yourself? Are you a homeowner? Or are you a renter? Are you going to sit there and stare at it and be real mad and wait for somebody else to come and fix it for you? And I thought that was so, so powerful. Are you a renter or an owner? And then there was another that I kind of tied back to this, that in your business, because it is your business that you are taking ownership of, nobody, not up, not down, not side, not around, not anywhere is doing anything for you. Nobody is coming to save you, but you're never, ever doing this alone. If you haven't realized we have the most incredible community at Plexus, something that I will stand behind, stand beside, never leave ever. Nobody is coming to save you, but you're never, ever doing this alone. So I believe we've also said you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. I think, hopefully I didn't just watch that. So I just thought that that was so, so powerful. If there's a hole in the wall, what are you going to do? If there's something going on in your business, are you going to sit there and just be mad and let it just tear you down? Or are you going to be a homeowner? Are you going to figure it out? Are you going to YouTube some training? Are you going to reach up and find some inspiration or ask for help? What does that look like? Are you a renter or an owner? My next little takeaway was we talked about mental traps, and there was like, I think 3 or 4. We talked about perfectionism. This is a place that I struggle. Maybe I'm not alone. Maybe I am. So perfectionists say, I just want to make sure that I'm doing it right. It's disguised as a commitment to excellence. It just needs to be perfect. I want it to look a certain way. I want it to sound a certain way. I want it to feel a certain way. But the reality is it's the unhealthy pursuit of unattainable flawlessness. And I just thought that that was so, so powerful. The antidote, so how you fix it, is make progress, lean into scary things and just do them, because the result will always be confidence. And this again was Jill Renfro. And she came back and she said, Jesus just started walking. He had no idea where he was going. He had no idea what he was doing. He just started walking, and soon he had 12. And I just thought that that was so, so powerful. That stuck with me as far as perfectionism. And then there was one other thing about perfectionism. I thought perfectionism is never duplicatable. That's what it was. Perfectionism is never duplicatable. So if that's what we're striving for, and this whole business is about duplication, what are we trying to do? Why are we spinning our wheels? Let's stop. Let's stop being perfectionists. I'm in that. If you're in that, let me know. Perfectionism cannot be duplicated. There it is. I knew it was back here somewhere. And then the second to last, because I want to go back to something from the very beginning. The second to last thing is they recognized Celeste Gwynn for being in the room. She was not a trainer. She was there because she had a senior Ruby in the room, and she was there to observe our training and share her takeaways and just kind of be able to be there and experience it and share her thoughts with corporate. And so she could give them some feedback on it. And so Genevieve recognized her. She had no idea she was going to be recognized, but recognized her for having a senior Ruby in the room, for having a new gold at the last gold school. And she just kept saying over and over, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. Celeste is here. She's working her business. Does she need to work her business? Questionable. She just kept saying she's making gangster money. I don't know what gangster money is, but it's got to be a lot of money. But she is still working her business. Success leaves clues. Network marketing, the whole model is simple to do. We all know that. It's simple. It's not always easy, but it's simple to do what we do. We know what to do. You and I both. We know what to do. It's simple to do, but it's simple not to do. It's real easy to just not open your doors today. It's real easy to just not send the messages today. It's real easy. It's simple not to do, and it's simple to do. So which side of simple are you on? That was a little kick in the pants for me. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is when we heard from Jean and Alec. I absolutely adore both of them. I am so grateful for the time to be in the room with them, which is not something I would have been able to experience if I hadn't been there. I had chances to talk with both of them at corporate, was trained by them a little bit with my notes, and then also one-on-one just in our receptions. They made a point to come up and talk. I had Dylan with me, and they made a point to come up and talk to Dylan and I, and everyone else who was there, obviously. And it just, the things that they shared and were willing to open up about, it was just so powerful. And I adore both of those men. I trust them with my whole heart, my whole business. And I think that I'm just so honored to be in this company with them as our leaders. So one of the things that Gene said, and he said this, I think every time, whether it was in the training, in our one-to-one, when I just went up and started asking him questions, that's my biggest recommendation. When you go up to someone, just have some good questions in your back pocket to ask them. And then also in his office, we all piled in his office. I just sat on the floor in his office right in front of him and listened to him speak. It was one of the most powerful moments, I think, of my whole business. But he said over and over and over, there could not be a better time to be in Plexus. We've heard that before. The best time is always right now. But he said, now is the time to lean in and keep your foot on the pedal. If you have backed off, get back on. If you are going, but you're getting tired, push through. Now is the time to keep your foot on the pedal, because Q4, which is what we're in right now, October, November, December. Yes. Oh my gosh. I had to make sure that we're actually in Q4. Will either springboard you or cause you to be slow out of the gate. He said the next 6 months are going to be pivotal in Plexus. We did get a secret taste test of a product, but we didn't learn a whole lot of other secrets. But that is one thing that he said. He said there are big things coming Q4 and Q1. And he said you are either going to set yourself up to springboard when all of this comes through, or you're going to be slow out of the gate, and it's going to be really obvious which side of the pedal you were on. So I thought that was really, really powerful. And then Alec over and over has shared, if you are blessed, be a blessing. If you're blessed, be a blessing. If you're in Plexus, you know it. If you're blessed, be a blessing. But he expanded on it when we were at Rubies on the Rise. And I just thought that it was so good. So I want to leave you with this. He said, if you are blessed, be a blessing, and be ready to humble yourself and ask for help. You're not above asking for help. None of us are above asking for help. And by doing that, you're letting other people be your blessing. So be blessed. If you're blessed, be a blessing, and be ready to humble yourself and ask for help to let other people be your blessing. So I just thought that was so powerful. It was incredible. If you have the chance, when you have the chance, get in the room. Do not miss it. Whatever it is, if it's Rubies on the Rise, that's what you're pushing for. I believe that you can do it. Those people that are in that room, they're no different from you and me. So it's so good. Get in the room. Rubies on the Rise, Gold School. Register for Super Saturday. They made us all get our phones out and register for Super Saturday. So register for Super Saturday, be at convention. I can't wait to meet you or hug you. And I think that's all I have. It was so good. Love you guys so much. We'll talk soon.
I literally almost started to speak to her like she was live with us. I got so wrapped into her video, but man, that was so good. I took several notes from that. Tell me in the chat what spoke to you the most from that video that Lexi shared. Something that I wanted to mention that was shared last week on our call with Babette. I know Babette is on here if she wants to turn on our video or anything and speak to this, but at Gold School, and I'm assuming it's the same. But Babette, tell us I don't know why this just stuck out to me so much, but the thing about the executives being there, and you coming from corporate America, just share a little bit what you said last week, because I just think, and I know that they did the same thing at Rubies on the Rise.
Yeah, excuse me. What I shared last week was from Gold School. Genevieve was there, Tarl was there, Alec was there, and Jean was there. Coming from corporate America, I used to go to many, many events where executives were there. The CEO, the COO, the CMO, the whole C-suite would show up. But I can tell you, they would show up, they would speak, and they'd fly out of that room so fast, you didn't see them again. They did not stick around to talk to people. They did not stick around to hear your story. They certainly didn't stick around for pictures. Or to invest in you or spend time with you while you had a meal or had food. So never in my corporate America experience did I have anyone from the C-suite. And guys, that's where these people are. They're from the C-suite. They're the founder, the owner, the chief operating officer, the chief executive officer. They are the C-suite of Plexus. And they are the most humble, real people who truly, genuinely do care for everyone. They really, really do. And that's exemplified through their actions and their leadership, they lead with such integrity. It definitely solidified, my feeling of the company. And as I reflected on my previous experiences, it's unlike anything I'd ever experienced.
Yeah, when you actually mentioned that on a call that you and Claire and Terry led, and Vicky was on there too, talking about Gold School. And when you said that, I'd never really thought of it because I've been in Plexus for so long. I'm coming up on 10 years next month. And I just had never really thought of it because it's what we've had. And before Plexus, I worked in ministry. So I wasn't in really corporate America. And so when you said that, I'm like, wow, that is big. That's huge. Like, that's so different than what, and then as Lexi's talking about it, as she's able to just, and I've been there before, you go in the office, all the jewels go in, or all the group goes in, and you just listen to them talk and you ask them questions. I mean, we're doing this with Alec, and they truly care about us and want us to grow as people first and foremost, and then grow our Plexus businesses. So I hope that this call has given you guys some good takeaways. If nothing else, what Lexi said, get in the room. Who's committed? Get in the room, get to the events, get to all the things that you can possibly get to. And yes, we know sometimes it is a sacrifice, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it. I have never, and I'm going to ask Jana and Amy, our other Jewel, and I think Linda was on here, another Jewel, she maybe had to go. Jules, have you ever heard anyone at the end of convention go, I really regret coming to convention? No, we don't hear it. But what we do hear is, I really regret not going to convention, and I'm definitely going to go next year. And then inevitably next year rolls around and they're like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. And we're like, you remember what you said last year. So get in the room. If there's an event you can register for it. Go to the live events, get in the room. All right, I'm going to turn this call over now to the one and only Aunt Jana, Jack's Aunt Jana. He got to spend the day with her a little bit today while I got some stuff done around the house. And she is going to tell us about something brand new that our team is going to be doing. So Jana, take it away.
Okay, well, I first want to go back, if it's all right. I want to talk to Victoria again. Victoria, I know Amy had mentioned to me that there was a girl, I believe, at Rubies on the Rise who was very close to Emerald, and she got there using challenge groups. I think I have that information correct. Can you tell us a little bit more about that story before I talk about what we're going to be doing? You're muted. You're muted.
I'm out of practice. So yeah, her name is Kara, and she is a young mama. She had worked in the news industry before, and she signed up with Plexus. And the way that she got signed up with Plexus was she saw a post about a challenge group that was going to be running for 30 days. And in the challenge group, there are going to be prizes and all that, all the good stuff. And so she signed up on the product to get into the challenge group. And then the challenge group was used. The way that they do this is they also have that person who signs up for the challenge group to reach out to 3 friends and get them in the challenge group. Boom, fast start silver for the person they just signed up into the group. And so they run these challenges on a regular basis. And this girl was almost Emerald. Within little over a year, she's been a Ruby, almost Emerald. And she swears that the challenge groups are the reason. She said that she personally had 300 people of her own people in the challenge groups. And so they either could be about taking product, or they could be about, moving your body, exercising 6 days a week, 20 minutes a day for 30 days. It could be about drinking water, whatever, but they do these challenge groups, and she swears that that's how she came into the industry, and that's how she's bringing all her people into the business. And what happens is that these people are in there from month after month after month as brand new people. They have accountability, they have support, they're taking their products, they're losing weight, they're sleeping better, they're feeling better, they're getting results. And so that's the idea behind it.
Thank you. I love that. And that's so exciting to me. And I do always find it interesting to watch people come into the business. We tend to run our businesses in the same way we came into the business, right? Which is, there's nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine. But I think where we can often go wrong is when we don't see that there are other ways to do this business. We sometimes get zoned in into one way, and so we aren't open-minded to other ways. So I just want to talk to you about this. I know some of you participated. Our bigger team, meaning my upline from here, just did the black cherry, I think we called it healthy holistic or something like that. And it was all centered around the black cherry hunger control slim. There's Jack. Jack's on the screen now. I got sidetracked. Everybody say hi to Jack. So a lot of us did that. You guys have seen all of the to-do about the black cherry hunger control slim. You're seeing the results people are having with that particular flavor, being the hunger control. Everybody's just having huge success with it and loving it, including me. So our bigger team just did a group. It was a 14-day group. It was very, very good, very educational, very encouraging, very supportive group. And so we got to thinking that my upline is going to be doing another challenge, but they're going to be focusing on inflammation. They're going to kind of rotate through some groups. But we are really, several of us that were in that group, we were talking and we were like, we want to continue this. We want to continue growing on this idea. We want to continue promoting this black cherry hunger control. And then some other information came out from Dr. Hartman. For those of you that don't know, Dr. Hartman is our in-house doctor over all the research and development of our products. He is amazing. If you ever have time to listen to any of his trainings, anything that he does, go listen to him, because he's obviously brilliant, but he's also very gifted in breaking it down in ways that people like me who aren't scientific minded can understand it. So I listened to a short call he did the other day with just the diamonds. And so I took a few notes on it, and I'm gonna tell you some information that might just blow your mind, because I know it did mine. So on this diamond call, several people were asking about the particular ingredient called berberine. How many of you have heard all the fuss? There's been a lot of people talking lately about this particular ingredient. You can buy just straight berberine. Berberine is also found in our Restore drink, the Restore that is in Reset, that people are really hoping they end up making a standalone product, because it is a fantastic, the ingredients in that are just hands down, just a fantastic product. But berberine is found in Restore, which is only in Reset. Berberine has a long history of use in like ancient Chinese medicine. It is just known for its holistic, holistic ways that it helps to in a lot of areas, a lot of health areas. The main thing that it's known for is that it helps with your glucose metabolism, which is everybody's talking about right now, right? Berberine helps with the breakdown of carbs and sugar. There's broken down for you in simple terms. That's what it does. But that's why it's so amazing. That's why everybody wants berberine right now. White mulberry leaf does the same thing. It does the same thing. And do you know what product has white mulberry leaf? It's a little product that so many of us put on the back burner and we don't use like we should, but it's a little product called Balance. If you have never taken Balance, go do like I did 2 nights ago and go order you some right now. Go get you some Balance. White mulberry leaf is in there, and it does the same thing that berberine is being talked about of how it helps to break down the carbs and simple sugars. It is a great daily product to support a healthy glucose metabolism, a daily product. All right. So literally, this is a fantastic product that I think we sleep on way too much. We all have people coming to us on a regular basis wanting to lose weight, right? Do we not, everybody? Like when you talk to people, what's your health goals, right? That's our question. It's usually weight loss, energy, sleep, but usually weight loss is right at the top. They want weight loss, right? The other thing that berberine does is that it helps to stimulate. I don't know what this is, so you'll have to look it up. He told us, but I can't remember. It's called GLP-1. GLP-1. GLP-1 is the signaling, this is what I understood. It's the signaling hormone that basically signals to tell you that you're full, that you're not hungry, you're satisfied, you don't need to eat more. That is another thing that berberine does. Well, that is what all the rage is right now with these diabetes weight loss shots that so many people are taking. You guys have heard about it for months now. You're really starting to hear about a lot of the side effects of it now, some of the risk that can come along with that now. GLP-1 though is also stimulated. That hormone is also stimulated by an ingredient called polydextrose. Do you know what product has polydextrose in it? Hunger Control Slim. So when you can combine Hunger Control Slim and you can combine Balance, you have the best of both worlds there. And you have an alternative to people who are wanting, that they're looking and they're about to pull the trigger on the shots that everybody's talking about. And so we got to thinking about this and we were like, man, I mean, it took me a few minutes to take all this in because I was like, my mind is kind of blown right now with this information. And I just got done watching this group where the main focus was on Hunger Control Black Cherry Slim. And I thought, what would happen if we took that and we added Balance? And then what if we added Active to that too? What if we added Active and every single day we had people taking Hunger Control Slim, Balance, and then we throw in Active in there so that they have the energy to get out and move. They have some energy. They're feeling good. They have instant results with Active. Another reason I love to get people started on Active. We know our products can take time for people, but when they start with Active, they feel really good fast. And so they do see results and that keeps them on our products. So you guys can see where I'm going with this. What we are planning on doing, and we should have the group open in the next day or two for you, is we are going to do 15, well, I guess they're technically 14-day groups. These are challenge groups, just like Victoria was telling us about. We're going to do 14-day challenge groups centered around Black Cherry Hunger Control Slim, Balance, and then whatever active flavor they would like to pick. And then within the group, obviously, we're going to encourage daily participation, daily taking their products. We're also going to really talk about protein, the importance of protein, healthy protein. We will obviously encourage our lean. The other thing we're going to really encourage within that group is movement, is activity, getting them moving, getting them outside walking, getting steps in, whatever that looks like. That will be our other focus other than these 3 products. So our plan then with these, the reason I asked earlier in the call, those of you that had done our active experience groups, you know how we ran those, and we just would run those back to back. You knew when the next one was coming, and we did them for months and months and months at a time. We are going to give away a really big gift each time, just a participation gift, just like we did in those active experience groups. We'll announce that soon. And really all they have to do is get in there, plug in, participate. We will encourage for them to pull some people into the group, just like Victoria was talking about. You can then use this as a tool in your business. So as you're working this last few days of the month, really focus in. We will start giving you some tools in the next day or two where you can tell people exactly what this group is about, the 3 products that they need to go order. I would encourage you, this is just a little, we will cover, they just need to get a bottle of balance to start with. I'm answering questions over here. Just, they're going to get a welcome pack. We are going to go ahead and focus. I know welcome pack and combos are the same price, but there has been a little glitch in the system. In case you didn't know that, I think it's fixed now. But let's just go with welcome packs. It's a build your own welcome pack where they will go and they will get the black, cherry, hunger control slim, their own flavor of active, what they would like, in the bottle of balance. That will get them started. And we will cover directions on exactly how to take it, when to take it for the best success. That will all be covered within the group and in advance of the group starting, so that they know on day 1 what to do. And this, we plan on keeping these going. We want to continue these. And so that you have this tool, this becomes a system for our team. You have this tool in your back pocket that you know, hey, okay, I got 3 people into this first group starting November 1st. Then we'll give you the dates for the next groups. All right. So that you will always know the next dates for the groups, so that as this first group is going on, you're over here still working your business, working towards the next group. Right. So we want to give this to you as a tool that you can use in your business. And you know what it is. It's not changing. It's going to be the same thing every time. And just a great tool for you to bring people on, for you to onboard people, and then to show them, just like Victoria talked about, they can be like, okay, well, I can go add my friends. I'm having success with this. I'll add them to the next group. All right. Our business is simple. Plexus is simple. It's hard work, but it's simple. And this shows you that. This shows you this is a tool that you can use, a simple tool that you can use to grow your business. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm very excited about it. When I heard all the information, I was pumped about just the tools that we have to really utilize to grow our teams, to grow our businesses, and really give people what they're looking for. People are wanting success. They're wanting to give more energy. They're wanting a jump on that weight loss. And so we are going to be able to hand that to them. So Vicki Westbrook. Okay. So I know you guys saw there was a post going around that kind of talked about this. Some of a diamond or two, I think, started the post because it was a call that was only done with the diamonds. And we were asked to take that down. So I would say right now, not to post this. I think it's totally fine to talk about it behind the scenes, but we will maybe work on some wording. I don't know. We'll try to figure out the wording that you can use to actually post it. I want to stay compliant. Like Victoria talked about earlier, we want to stay compliant. We want to make that easy on compliance. We don't want to make it harder, and it's for our protection. It's for the company's protection. So, I will see if I can find out some more information about how we can advertise that, but I just want you guys to know, like we have such a great combination in those 2 products. And then you add active on it. Oh my gosh, people are going to feel awesome. They're going to right away have more energy and feel great. And that will help them continue on this journey. So, a lot more information will be coming in the next day or 2. Watch on, the Pink Link team page and watch on the Building Freedom page. We will post it all there. We'll post the link to the group so that you can join. Please, if you add people, please join the group yourself. I would tell you the secret to successful challenge groups. There's one secret to a successful challenge group, and it is not the content. It is not how many times you post in it. The one key to success, if you want your person to have success, is that you have to be in there encouraging them. You have to be. It is the key to it. If that group goes silent and dull and all it is just throwing up, even if it's great content, but just posts are just being thrown up, and there's none of us in there, none of us workers in there encouraging the people, it will fall flat every time. So be sure when the group comes out, you join the group, commit to doing the group with us, and then obviously as soon as you add people, make sure you're in there, and don't just encourage your people, encourage everybody in the group. And when you can comment, when you have time to sit down and you have 3 minutes to comment on 3 posts, comment on obviously on your people, but on other people's as well. That will help you see success with these challenge groups. It is hands down the way to have a successful one. So a lot more will be coming soon. Next day or two, you'll get all the information about it. And we will try to release all of the upcoming dates so that you also know and can be working towards those. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I think it's going to be great. I really, really, really do. We have a lot to work with here, a lot of just educational pieces that we can throw in. And then we want to do like I said earlier, a lot about movement and exercise. And I know, we've done stuff like that in the past. Victoria's been such a great asset in that area. And then also, we're going to really talk about a lot of healthy protein and how to get protein into their diet, and why that will help them be more successful on this weight loss journey as well. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. And I don't know if y'all are like me, but I need to go in and see who's winning the Rangers Astros game. I don't know about y'all.
I do
That's
too.
right.
Goodness, I'm so excited. And y'all, there are ways to post about, who's interested in a weight loss shot without coming right out and saying an alternative and all the things. Just be mindful that there are some people that are at the end of their rope. They've tried everything. So when you post that, ooh, she said the Rangers are winning 8-2. Thanks, Amanda. When you post that, just be sure you're not sounding like, read it from their perspective. I hate the post that says, the one it's gone around lately, you drink Red Bull, I drink my Active, you do this, I do this. It just sounds so much like, poor you, I'm better. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying is when we make these posts. Jana, I did have one question. The GLP-1, is that only in the black cherry hunger control?
No, that would be in any hunger control. It's
Okay.
the polydextrose that is in hunger control. And
Okay.
yes, I want to reiterate what Amber was just saying. When we're talking about the weight loss shot, I'm not putting the weight
You
loss
have to
shot.
be careful,
Like,
you'll offend people.
yes. And I honestly, like, I would not, like, people make medical decisions for themselves based on their medical history. And I understand that. So please hear my heart there. I am not criticizing that. I just want you to be aware that we do have people we have a lot of, I guarantee you have friends and family that are on the fence. They're kind of at that line of like, okay, I see people having success with it though. And this is an opportunity for you to say, hey, like, why don't you give this a shot first? Why don't we try this first? See how you do with this. Like, let's run with this for a while. So yes, please, I don't like that either when we criticize. I still think it draws people to us. We want to be attractive in our marketing. We want people to feel like they can come to us and be vulnerable. And when we are like, and none of y'all are great. So don't worry about that. But anyway, all right, that's all I got, guys.
All right. Y'all
I'm
have a
excited.
great night. Bye from the cutest baby in the whole world. Say bye, Jack.
Bye, guys.